The Full Circle. With DC. And a very, very, very good day, everybody. My name is DC. I am the host of The Full Circle, where we link songs together with the last song linking back to the first song, hence completing the full circle. Now, this week is a little bit bitter sweet. Probably more bitter than sweet, because the full circle, we have major full circle news, and that is, and I hate to even say this out loud, I really do, but the Full Circle is no longer going to be releasing as a weekly show. And I'm going to go into this, I'm going to talk about this. This is the main part of the show. There's not really much else we're going to do. Actually, we're going to do a little bit of a change for my Full Circle, something I used to do on the live show many years back. But I'm going to explain to you why this is now happening. Now, I just want to clarify, the Full Circle is not ending. It is not ending. There will still be shows. What I might do is I might release shows that previously weren't on video. The irony is this show isn't going to be on video because I'm just struggling to sort of do all of those things. I'm struggling to put it out on video. And I don't know. I think it's just one of those. But anyway, I think the Full Circle. So I've absolutely loved doing the Full Circle. It's been incredible. I cannot believe that the show that I started in 2010 as part of my uni radio show has gone from that to actually interviewing incredible musicians. Last week, I had Nick Hodgson, the founding member of Kaiser Chiefs, #1 singles, worldwide tours, best-selling albums. I cannot believe I've had someone like him on. And obviously the first musician I had on the show is Frank Turner. I mean, everyone in between all of those as well, just absolutely outstanding. Now, I absolutely love speaking to people. I absolutely love you listening to this, and I absolutely love this portion of the show. The show was always designed as a radio show with playing music. Now, I brought it back as a podcast because I had that urge to bring the Full Circle back. Unfortunately, podcast rules means that I can't play music. What I also liked about the live format, and I've only realized this in hindsight, having now done it like this, is once you've recorded the show live, that's it. There's no, there's no mistakes, or if there is, then you sort of gloss over it or own up to it. But with the podcast, obviously, there's just a bit more, you want it to be a bit more slick. You don't want there to be unnecessary breaks. I guess when it is a podcast format, you want it to be punchy. You want people to be like, oh, I'm listening to this. Bit different to the live format. I guess I could leave it unedited like the live format, but sometimes I might make mistakes. Sometimes I might record things. I say mistakes. I mean, I say things maybe I don't want to say like that. And I guess on a live show, obviously these mistakes happen. It's not an issue. I think you sort of accept on a live show, but on a podcast, maybe that's tougher. So that means I'm editing a lot more. And that takes quite a bit of time. That takes probably longer than definitely longer than recording. I'm then having to upload it, having to do all those things associated with doing a podcast. And I'm working full time. And look, seriously, respect to anyone that is doing this week in, week out, working full time in addition to this. Incredible. But unfortunately, I'm at a stage where I'm just struggling with that. And I think, in all honesty, I've been thinking about this for a while. I just don't think I can commit to releasing a new show weekly. And that's why I have made some changes. That's why I did the album reviews. And I've enjoyed the album reviews, but I must admit, that it's not the same, is it? It's just not the same. It's not the Full Circle. And I did the album reviews to save time, and I did the album reviews because I thought it would make things quicker. And there's been times when, I've put reruns of shows, I've just, yeah, it's been difficult on that aspect. And I was speaking to people about it, and I think, people are saying, well, you're not wanting to do this as a paid job. You're wanting to do this as a hobby. So why does it matter if you're not releasing it weekly? And I thought that was a fair point. To me, it feels, I hate to say this, it's so silly to say this. I know it does, but to me, it feels like I've sort of failed. I failed in this, and I wanted to release it weekly. The fact that I've managed to do this for over a year, I mean, it's incredible, I know. But to me, I really wanted to continue this. I really wanted to have the passion. I really wanted to just have this, because I must admit, I think the episodes, I'm improving. I think people do enjoy it. Obviously, there's going to be people that think, what is this? I think the other issue with it is that I want it to be as unique as possible, but there's no denying that the interviews might be similar to other interviews. I don't know. I try to not do that. I try to keep it as unique as I can. But at the same time, there's so many people that are doing this. There's so many people that are doing it way better than I do it, have got way better concepts than I do. And I think it works really well for them in a podcast world. And I think the honest truth is that I'm not sure this show, people have told me that, oh, hey, you can't play music. That sucks a bit, doesn't it? I've had musicians telling me that they're not going to come on because I can't play the songs. And I guess it's eventually caught up with me. You sort of have that quote unquote honeymoon period. Incredible, loving it. Have these musicians on, incredible, great. And yeah, I mean, we're now at a point where I've messaged a few musicians, and we're still going to have some musicians on the Full Circle here and there. But that feeling of just wanting musicians on the show all the time, that feeling of wanting my mates on the show all the time, that feeling of wanting to record, that became a little bit more, I don't know, I wasn't really looking forward to it as much as before. And that's sad, because that was the part that I really, really was enjoying. And I guess, is burnout the word? I don't know. But to me, it feels like I have to do this. I have to sort of take a step back and not release this on a weekly format. It's still going to be released. I don't want to say goodbye, because I don't feel I'm ready yet to say goodbye to this. There's still so much more things I want to do. Who knows? It might be on a radio at some point. And if it comes back on radio, obviously I can play music, and that will be so much better, I think. I also want to give a shout out to my mate Phil. Boom, 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 boom. He's created my website, thefullcircledc.com. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And that will stay active. I'm going to put all the episodes on there. I'm also going to add some things. I'm also going to add some, maybe just some blogs or some album reviews and etc. If you're on my social media pages, you know that I sometimes do some giveaways. So stay on my social media pages, especially on Instagram. That's where I do a lot of my giveaways. I'll probably have a bit of fun on the other social medias as well, like TikTok in particular. The handles for some of them have changed. I've got rid of podcast on them because, like I say, this is no disrespect to anyone that loves doing podcasts. I think I made so many friends from the podcast community. Andy from Behind the Cameras, Frank from Wheels of Cinema. Incredible. And check out their podcasts, and obviously check out the episodes I've been on as well, but check out all of their episodes. They've both had some incredible guests, and incredible to have met them both. Top people, and all the other people I've met in the podcast industry as well. But just to let you know that I have changed the handles. So Instagram.com is now DC Full Circle. Facebook is DC Full Circle. TikTok is Full Circle DC, and YouTube is Full Circle DC. But stick around on there. I'll still be posting some things, some content, a kazoo shot here or there. I might also do some live stuff. That's something I'm thinking about doing as well. And I've also got some thoughts about, do I revamp the Full Circle a little bit? I'm thinking about that as well. So yeah, so obviously I know for a lot of you might be a bit disappointed with this. If you listen to this and be like, oh man, not listening to this weekly. I know a lot of people will probably be like, well, this is done. This is another podcast I'm not going to listen to now. And I am sorry. I am really sorry. But rest assured that there will be episodes, and just dip into it. It's just not going to be a weekly show as it once was. And yes, I feel like I'm letting you down. I feel like I have let myself down. I think that if I'm not enjoying it anymore, I don't think I can be doing this anymore. Please, if you want to just have a chat, if you want to email me, if you want to speak to me about anything, just about the show or just about me or anything, give me an email at hello@thefullcircledc.com. Please do. Always will respond to emails. We'll always have a chat. Really appreciate it. So now we're going to do a random full circle. So the way I used to do this is I used to just basically press shuffle. I've got a massive playlist on Spotify. And I used to just press shuffle. And what I used to do back in the day was if the song didn't swear, then I'd play it because I kept it family friendly. But what I'll do is, on this occasion, because we're not playing the songs, even if it swears, we'll keep it and it'll be on the playlist. So the last full circle for the time being is going to be the 5 songs that come up. And the reason I'm liking this is because I know that there's going to be some like curveballs that's going to be like, oh my goodness. And it might be, you know, it might be some surprises here or there. So let's do this. So the first song is Guitar by John Frusciante. Now, John Frusciante, as you may know, is the main guitarist for Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's probably the one that you'll know most of their songs from. He's the one that's done Mother's Milk, Blood Sugar Sex Magik, Californication, By the Way, Stadium Arcadium, and their 2 latest albums, Unlimited Love and Return of the Dream Canteen. He also has some solo songs as well. Some of them weird, some of them less weird, and I would say this is one of the weirder ones. Guitar by John Frusciante, the first song on the Full Circle this week. So what's the second song on the Full Circle this week? Ah, nice. Love Don't Let Me Go. Do you remember that song? David Guetta and the Egg. I think it was, David Guetta versus the Egg, when it I might get copyright strike, but yeah, that was the tune. I do like that song. So yeah, Love Don't Let Me Go, David Guetta versus the Egg, the second song on the Full Circle. The third song, it's Coast to Coast, Matrix and Futurebound. So that is more like a dance rap song. Again, very, very random Full Circle. I haven't listened to these songs in ages, in fairness, but yeah, very, very random Full Circle so far. And yeah, this is a good one, I think, when I used to run. Sadly, I can't run at the moment on my knee. I think I might have spoken about it at the start of the show. I couldn't do the Royal Parks Half Marathon last year, so I had to defer the entry this October. And yeah, not doing it this October either because of my knee. It is ridiculous how much my knee is just bothering me. But yeah, Coast to Coast, Matrix and Futurebound, the third song on the Full Circle. Fourth song, this is a tune. This is an absolute tune. I really like this one. Nina by Ed Sheeran. Such a good song. Really, really good song. That's one of my favourite songs from, I think it's from Multiply, isn't it? Absolutely incredible album. I think his new stuff is maybe less of my thing, but the first 3 albums in particular, really, really good. And Nina, it's one of my favourite songs of Ed Sheeran. Now, if the last song can be Red Hot Chili Peppers, that'd be perfect. So that will just link straight back to the first song, but it won't be. The 5th song is, oh wow, but pretty good, Amazed by The Offspring. Now, this is taken from their album Ixnay on the Hombre. Now, I actually think that's probably their best album of theirs. They have some incredible songs on that album, and Amazed is probably my favourite song on that. I was really silly because I listened to them a lot when they were performing at Download the same year that Linkin Park did Hybrid Theory. Now, I didn't realise they were going to play Smash in full, so I listened to Ixnay on the Hombre in full loads of times, and I was pretty gutted they didn't play many songs from that. And I realised that, they played a lot of songs from Smash in full, which obviously Smash is a great album, but there's just something about Ixnay on the Hombre which just does it for me. Hence completing the Full Circle. Seriously, thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the support. Like I say, it's not over. It's not over. It's just not going to be released every week anymore. I'm gutted. I am gutted. But there's only one way to end the show, as always. But before we do that, I just want to say one more thing. Now, I don't talk about this very much, but as you probably know or may not know, I am a massive Coventry City fan, and this season we've made it in the Premier League. So I am wishing Coventry City all the best in the Premier League this season. I hope they absolutely batter Arsenal this Friday and manage to stay up. That's the goal. If we can stay up, that would be truly superb. Anyway, no more football talk. That's it. Just remember this. Stay safe. Don't eat beef.